from shadowy figures in rivers to pale humanoids on roads. Legendary lake monsters to creatures no one can explain. Let's dive into some of the strangest, creepiest, and most mysterious encounters ever caught on camera.
Easy, girl, easy. Just breathe, all right?
Back in 2021, a family decided to take a quiet boat ride along the Mekong River at night. At first, they thought they were hearing a single voice singing softly across the water. But when their flashlight swept over the river, dozens of glowing eyes stared back at them. Suddenly, terrifying heads of strange river creatures surfaced, letting out spine-chilling screams before disappearing into the darkness. The family sat frozen in shock, breathing heavily and whispering in fear, unsure if what they had seen was real or a nightmare come to life. The video ended with the river calm once more, but the terror lingered. River Kappa. Back in 2019, someone quietly filmed a river in rural Japan, and what they captured is just bizarre. A strange humanoid creature with features like a frog was sitting on a log, barely moving, with green skin and what looked like a turtle shell on its back, eerily similar to the legendary kappa. At around 8 seconds, it suddenly notices the camera and leaps aggressively into the water before disappearing. Locals say stories of kappa have been told for centuries, but this footage makes you wonder if maybe the myths were based on something real all along.
Oh my god, it's real. What is it doing? Oh, it sees me. Gone, just like that.
Waterfall creature. The video starts off calm, just a group of friends enjoying a waterfall and filming the view. Then, right behind the falling water, something can be seen coming out of the tiny cave-like formation. It didn't look like a shadow or a human either, because it moves slightly like a bipedal creature. Everyone noticed it at the same time and decided to step away. Though the video cuts right after, it made everyone who watched it believe in the existence of unknown mythical beings lurking in our world. Night road encounter. In this video, a group of friends were driving through a quiet stretch of road in rural Texas when something strange appeared. Out of nowhere, a pale, humanoid figure darted across the road, its long arms and legs moving unnaturally fast. The passengers froze, then slammed on the brakes and sped away.
At night out here. Whoa! What the? Did you see that? Hold on.
It ran across.
Just blinked. What?
The dashcam caught the whole thing, showing the creature vanish into the night as suddenly as it appeared. People online called it a rake or pale crawler. Whatever it was, the video left viewers spooked and reminded everyone that some roads are better traveled with the lights on. Strange sighting. In 2023, a boat rider exploring a quiet river in Louisiana spotted something unusual on a small, empty patch of land. Standing around 6 feet tall, a pale, amphibious-looking being seemed to be surveying the area.
Can you see that?
The rider managed to catch it on video before it disappeared into the trees. Whatever it was, the footage left people baffled and curious.
Between the trees, is it standing there? Wait, move. Wait, stop the motor, go!
Lake Tenkiller horror. In 2021, a fisherman was out late on Lake Tenkiller, Oklahoma, when something truly strange appeared near the shore. The camera caught a frog-like figure standing upright in the shallow water, moving on 2 legs as if it belonged there.
Oh my god, you see that? That's standing up.
It lingered for a few tense seconds before slipping silently back into the dark waters. No one knows exactly what it was, and authorities have opened an investigation, but so far, nothing has been confirmed.
Oh, it's looking right at us, no way.
Forest encounter. This was reportedly filmed in April 2023, somewhere deep in Eastern Europe. While trying to find his way back, a hiker captured 2 tiny moss-covered beings near the trail. They looked small, short bodies, and faces that oddly resembled monkeys. The 2 seemed locked in a tense struggle over something unseen on the ground. As soon as they noticed movement, they looked shocked, then quickly slipped deeper into the trees. The hiker did not chase them and calmly headed back the way he came. The clip later spread online and left viewers confused and frightened of whatever might live in the deep forest.
Parecen duendes.
Coastal sighting. In 2018, some fishermen along the Senegal coast in Africa got more than they bargained for. While pulling in their nets, they discovered a pale figure tangled in them, part human, part something else. At first, its face looked human, but up close, the features were strange and unsettling. The creature let out sharp, eerie sounds, making the fishermen step back in shock. Some say it was a mermaid, others think it could be something else entirely.
Oh, he's twisting! Easy now, easy, whoa!
River mystery. In 2021, a fisherman was casting his nets along the quiet Ganges River in India. The morning was calm until he heard a strange gurgling sound beneath the water. At first, he thought it was a fish or just the current. He leaned over the boat, camera ready, and captured something dark and slippery gliding through the murky water. It disappeared as quickly as it appeared, leaving no ripples or trace behind. Even when he returned later to search, the river seemed normal again. Whatever it was unlike anything he had ever seen. River legend. Back in 2019, along a quiet river in rural Indonesia, stories about the hantu sungai were taken very seriously. Two young fishermen decided to see for themselves if the legend was real. For a while, nothing happened, and the river stayed calm. Then, without warning, a pale face slowly rose from the water, staring straight at them. A long, thin hand reached out, took the bait, and slipped back under the surface. The river went silent again. Since that night, the story hasn't felt like just a rumor anymore. Haunted waters. A trail camera along the ONG River in India captured something that left everyone shocked. Locals had long whispered about strange spirits in the water, linked to disappearances and old drownings. That night, the camera recorded two heads emerging from the dark river, barely above the surface, silent and unmoving. The eerie stillness made it clear this wasn't just a trick of the light. When the footage spread through the village, people were convinced. They were seeing the spirits the stories had warned about. The river's dark reputation suddenly felt very real, and everyone agreed it's a place to avoid after nightfall. Hidden retrieval. Near a riverbank in southern Poland, a tourist noticed something odd during a casual walk. A small group of people in lab coats were gathered near the water, moving carefully and speaking in low voices. The camera zooms in and shows them lifting something onto a stretcher. But this wasn't a person. The shape looked unfamiliar, almost human, but not quite right. The moment felt secretive, like something not meant to be seen. Photos spread online fast, and people started sharing theories about experiments and ancient creatures. Whatever they carried away that day, it clearly wasn't meant for the public eye. River skin. Somewhere in Southeast Asia, around 2020, a quiet night of fishing took a strange turn. A pale creature rose with the net and suddenly slipped free, moving fast across the water. You could hear the confusion right away. It clearly wasn't a normal catch. What stayed behind was even stranger. A thin, empty layer, almost like skin, floating on the surface. Locals later said river spirits were known to leave shells behind when disturbed. I didn't know what they encountered that night, but whatever went back under the water clearly didn't want to stay. River shadow. After the rains had cleared, a group of friends in Puerto Rico went rafting on the Isabella River to cool off in 2018. While filming, the camera briefly caught the tunnel behind them. Later on, that short clip raised eyebrows. In the green water, a dark shape slowly appeared, looking like a woman with long hair and a light-colored outfit, moving closer to the raft. Locals later shared old stories tied to that river, which made the footage feel even heavier. River Titan. A group of kayakers in the middle of a remote river when they captured something truly incredible. A massive, multi-headed snake-like creature slithered through the water, like a titanoboa straight out of prehistory. The boat seems tiny next to it, yet the group continues slowly drifting, unfazed by that giant creature beside them. Was it a real myth turning into reality moment captured? Or something else? Let me know what you guys think of the video. Bridge apparition. This group of travelers was driving near Nandi Hills, Bangalore late at night, as they neared a quiet bridge over the river. They spotted a pale figure dressed in white standing at the edge. Before anyone could react, it suddenly jumped. But strangely, there was no splash, no sound of water. The figure seemed almost unreal, as if it existed only for a few of them to see. Moments later, it had completely vanished. Nobody could explain what they had just witnessed, and they're still searching for answers. If you know anything about it, tell me in the comments below.
Hey! Hindi ito! Pega!
Shadowy water beast.
Nessie come to the United States. A mysterious sea creature was just spotted off the coast of North Carolina, and it's got a lot of people scratching their heads.
In 2015, a fisherman in northern Scotland was quietly navigating a secluded part of Loch Ness when something dark and shiny broke the water's surface. At first, he thought it was a log, but then it exhaled and slipped under. The creature moved in a way that didn't match any normal animal. Part alligator, part fish, part eel.
I stood up real quick and I said, oh my gosh, it was kind of like we saw a dinosaur.
A few moments later, its alligator-like head surfaced again, gliding like a snake, before disappearing completely. Locals nearby couldn't stop talking about it, whispering that maybe the legendary Loch Ness monster still lurked in the waters. All that remained were faint ripples on the loch, a reminder of the unknown still hiding beneath. Horned figure. This clip was shared on Reddit in late 2022, with the location tagged somewhere near the empty plains of eastern Nevada. The video shows a dark figure appearing right in front of a trail camera. It appeared to have a horn on its head, along with longer, stretched nails. The way it moved felt slow, but intentional, almost like it's heading somewhere specific. The land around it is completely barren, which makes the scene even more unsettling. No sudden moves, no noise, just this strange figure shifting positions before fading into the distance as the recording ends. Canal creature. I'm honestly out of words on this one. This clip surfaced online around 2021 and was reportedly filmed near a quiet canal in southern India. The video showed a long, green, slimy thing slowly sliding out of the water, and it just kept coming, as if it had no end. People nearby were clearly uneasy, because no one there had ever seen anything like it before. It did not move fast, but that almost made it worse. Some said it was a rare animal, while others thought it was something unknown. And if you have an opinion, let me know in the comments below. Red dress. The video was said to have been recorded around 2019 on a quiet beach in Southeast Asia during a simple vacation. The camera was capturing the waves and the empty shore when a girl in a red dress appeared in the distance, slowly waving. At first, it looked normal, almost friendly. But when the camera zoomed in, her face looked off, pale, stiff, and oddly stretched, as if her expressions did not fully make sense. A moment later, she let out a loud shout and suddenly ran straight toward the camera. What happened next remained a mystery, but everyone hoped the trip ended. Well ended well. Midnight splash. Recorded around 2021 at a quiet lake in rural Canada, this video showed two friends filming themselves while fishing late at night. Then, out of nowhere, a dark, shadowy figure rushed past behind them and dived straight into the water. It happened fast, like something jumped in, but there was clearly no person there. The terror they felt could be easily seen. The camera shook, the video cut off, and according to them, they never returned to that lake again. Roadside signal. Late one evening in 2019, a dashcam in rural Ohio captured something no one expected. A man was driving along a quiet road near a river when he noticed a figure standing ahead, waving its arms like it needed a ride. At first, it looked normal enough, so he slowed down. But as the headlights got closer, the shape became unsettling. The being was extremely thin, with long arms, oversized hands, and a head that looked oddly small for its body. Its movements felt off, almost stiff and unsure. The driver fortunately didn't stop and kept going. Understand it was a creature from other world. Dark pond. Back in 2019, a short clip from rural West Bengal started making rounds online. The video showed a fisherman pulling his nets out of a quiet village river, with nothing unusual at first. Then the water began to move in a strange way. Dark shapes came up from below and started tugging at him, almost like they did not want him to leave. He struggled to step out and was clearly panicking. In a quick move, he waved a burning torch he had nearby, and the creatures slowly slipped back under the water. He climbed out quickly and shut the camera off. Later, he mentioned in an update that people nearby had always avoided that pond for a reason. Shoreline mutant. Along a rocky shore in Brittany, France, a woman was recording the waves when something completely unexpected appeared. The footage shows a deformed, mermaid-like creature struggling to climb the rocks. Its twisted arms and strange face gave off an eerie vibe, almost like a forest beast washed into the water. You can hear the recorder trembling as she suddenly cuts the video short. Whether it's a mutation, a cryptid, or something else entirely, this bizarre, half-human, half-mermaid figure left viewers stunned and unsettled.
Sí, sí. Se puede.
Canal monster. This video surfaced online a few years ago, showing something straight out of a legend. The footage captured a dark, snake-like creature with its head sticking out of a canal somewhere in Eastern Europe. Its black body was clearly visible in the water, and a strange, almost transparent dorsal fin was visible on its back. The way it stayed still, almost watching, made it eerily similar. People who watched the video were left frozen in shock, unsure if it was a hoax or proof that mysterious water monsters could really exist. Backyard horror. A student in Chengdu, China, discovered an old, untouched sewer behind his school. Curious, he lifted the lid and immediately noticed strange movements below. Tentacles slithered quickly through the dark water, hinting at some mysterious creature hiding inside. He grabbed his phone and recorded it, sharing the footage online. According to online viewers, it could have been a giant octopus that somehow found its way into the sewer. There was another theory that emerged recently, which suggested it was a sewer monster. Shadowy watcher. A tourist was filming the waterfalls near the Black Forest, Germany a few years ago. She was happily capturing the misty mountains and rushing water when something unusual caught her eye. A tall, shadowy figure emerged quietly from behind the waterfall, moving slowly and deliberately. It lingered for a few moments, as if noticing the camera, then vanished back into the mist as silently as it appeared. The sudden sight left her shaken, but there was no trace left behind, leaving her and everyone watching, clueless of what she actually captured. Midnight Canal. A CCTV camera captured something strange under a canal bridge in Manila. At first, it looked like just the usual water, but soon, long shapes with black hair started moving slowly in the water. They weren't like any fish or animals anyone recognized. They seemed almost human. People watching the footage were stunned, unsure what they had just seen. The mysterious figures swam calmly, as if they owned the canal, leaving viewers both shocked and curious about what really lurks in the dark waters. River Sasquatch. A few months ago, a guy from Michigan was kayaking down a quiet river when he spotted something strange. A large, brown, hairy figure was moving through the water, carrying a smaller creature in its arms. Shocked, he grabbed his camera and recorded the scene. Later, the footage made its way to the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization, and then online, sparking excitement and debate. People couldn't believe what they were seeing. A possible Bigfoot captured on camera, calmly moving through the river, completely unaware of being watched. The video left viewers stunned. Forest encounter. In 2023, two friends were riding their motorbike through a quiet forest road in West Java, Indonesia. They were literally in the middle of nowhere when a pale figure standing perfectly still in the middle of the road. When one of them moved closer, he realized it looked like a pokong, the ghost wrapped in a white shroud from local legend. Before they could react, the figure floated up and disappeared into the darkness. Shaken, both of them rushed back to their bike and left the forest as fast as they could. Pool glitch. During an evening live stream in 2020, two influencers were chilling in a hotel pool in Bali. Everything felt normal until the camera slowly panned across the water. For just a second, a strange, distorted face appeared in the background, barely visible, but clearly staring in their direction.
Take a look at how nice the drink, the cute girl, and how nice the pool is.
What was weird was that no one seemed to notice it there. Only after the footage spread online did people mention the silent watcher. Sewer discovery. Officials in Indonesia shared footage that quickly got people talking. It started after locals kept reporting a strange humanoid figure showing up late at night near their streets. After days of similar sightings, authorities checked the sewer system nearby. That's where they reportedly found a bizarre human-shaped body that didn't look familiar at all. No clear details were given, and officials stayed quiet after that. The clip spread fast online, and the story still feels unfinished. Canal flash. Recorded in 2020 somewhere in Southeast Asia, this video shows a couple of boys pulling a fishing net out of a narrow canal late in the day. Everything feels normal until a sudden blur shoots past them, barely visible on camera. At first, they laugh it off and assume it's just a fast fish slipping away. But when they replay the footage later, the shape doesn't look right at all. It moves way too smoothly and far too fast, almost like it knew it was being caught. I don't blame the netizens for being confused, because whatever that was clearly didn't want to be seen. Silent shore. One early morning, along a quiet coastline in South Africa, a fisherman took his usual walk by the water. From far away, he noticed a pale shape stuck in the sand. As he got closer, the scale of it became clear. It wasn't debris or driftwood, but a massive creature's remains resting on the shore. There is a possibility that it was a whale's deteriorating carcass. However, without any confirmation by the researcher, this remained a mystery to be solved forever. Spooky remains. Along the shore of the Paraguay River, a local noticed something drifting slowly near the shore. At first glance, it looked like a large animal caught in the current, but as he stepped closer, the details felt off. The body had limbs, and the hands looked oddly human-like, with fingers clearly visible. That's when he started recording. Word spread fast, and people nearby whispered about the chupacabra, a creature often linked to strange sightings in Latin America. Others thought it could be an unknown animal affected by the river. Officials examined the remains, but no clear explanation ever followed. What do you think happened? Tell me in the comments below. Humanoid anomaly. This strange-looking creature was found floating along the shore of this beach in China. While the man who found this creature is holding it up to show his friend, we can see it moving its legs. The creature seems to have a human-like head with some sort of arms and legs. According to an expert, it is most likely a mass of sea sponge, and the person holding it up could have altered its appearance to make it resemble something identifiable, but strange for views. Unexpected drifter. Residents in Russia's Nevelsky district were left confused after a local shared footage from the shoreline. Lying near the water was a strange, dark creature that looked nothing like the usual sea life there. Later, it was identified as a black sea hare, a giant sea slug known for its size and odd shape. The strange part is that these creatures are normally found near California, far from Sakhalin waters. No storms were reported, and no clear explanation followed. The clip spread quickly, and people slowly realized that nature has a way of surprising us when we least expect it. Giant river beast. In 2022, a small village along the Mahakam River in Indonesia was shaken when a local fisherman stumbled upon something unbelievable. Washed up on the riverbank lay a massive creature, about 23 meters long and 4 meters wide, completely still. Villagers quickly gathered, whispering nervously, as some recalled people who had vanished in the river over the years. No one had ever imagined the river could hide something so enormous. The sheer size of the creature left everyone stunned, and for days, the village buzzed with speculation. Whether it was an unknown species or something older lurking in the depths, the river had definitely revealed one of its darkest secrets: mysterious river creature. Some local fishermen were navigating the calm waters of the Hawkberry River when something huge suddenly broke the surface. A massive splash, and there it was. A strange, almost human-like figure, floating for a few seconds before sinking back into the depths. Its long neck, thick body, and flipper-like arms reminded them of old stories about the Marella, a giant water serpent said to haunt the river. Ripples spread across the water, and slide marks along the bank made it feel even more real. The fishermen couldn't believe what they had just seen, and locals later confirmed that the river still hides secrets no one fully understands. Champ sighting. This local fisherman was quietly navigating Lake Champlain, hoping for a good catch. Suddenly, something dark broke the calm water, a head and a hump rising slowly. Its neck stretched about 6 feet above the surface, and the body beneath looked massive, at least 12 feet long. The fisherman held his camera tight, zooming in as the creature floated motionless for several minutes before sinking slowly out of sight. Locals immediately started talking about Champ, the legendary lake monster. This sighting felt different, almost too real to ignore. For years, people wondered if Champ was just a myth. This footage might finally give them a reason to believe. Snakebird surprise. A local in Florida was filming the calm lake when something strange caught his eye. From a distance, it looked like a tiny lake monster, gliding just under the water.
What is that?
But as he zoomed in, he realized it was actually an anhinga, a snake bird with its long neck poking above the water. It fooled him for a moment, but for bird watchers, it was a rare and unforgettable sight.
I thought it was like somebody up there, maybe like fishing or something. I'm scared.
River Kappa. A fisherman in rural Shizuoka, Japan, was trying his luck along a quiet river when something unusual caught his eye. A small, humanoid figure darted through the water, moving faster than any animal he'd seen. After a tense few minutes, he managed to catch it. To his shock, the creature had dark green skin, long thin arms, and a small turtle shell on its back. Its face looked almost human. Locals later said it resembled a kappa, the legendary water spirit from old Japanese tales. That river clearly held secrets no one expected. Human-like carp.
We are looking into a video making the rounds over the last few days. It appears to show a carp with a face that looks disturbingly human.
In 2021, tourists visiting a lake in Yunnan, China, got more than they expected. One of them noticed something strange floating near the shore, a carp, but its face looked oddly human. At first, everyone laughed, thinking it was a trick of the light, but as they got closer, the features became clearer. Some experts suggested it was a genetic mutation, while others blamed unusual water conditions. Locals whispered about it being a cursed fish. Whatever the cause, it was a sight that left everyone staring in disbelief, and the story quickly spread online. Basking shark surprise. Late one night in 2025, a fisherman was leaning over a quiet bridge in Cornwall, shining his flashlight across the dark river. Suddenly, he noticed something moving just beneath the surface, a long, shadowy tail slicing through the water. His heart raced as he tried to follow it. Then, without warning, a massive creature burst up, mouth wide open. At first, he froze in shock. It wasn't a monster, it was a basking shark. Its sheer size and sudden appearance were enough to terrify anyone, even if it was harmless. After a few tense moments, it glided away, leaving only ripples behind, and a story the fisherman would never forget. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. In 2022, during a school trip in the Black Forest region of Germany, a student wandered off near a small pond after hearing the sound of flowing water. Curious, he started recording, only to spot a strange figure staring back. It had elf-like ears, a thin body, and odd facial features, almost like something out of a scary movie. The sight was so unusual that he froze, barely daring to move. Later, when he shared the footage online, viewers were amazed and a little creeped out by this mysterious forest being. Some called it a cryptid, while others just labeled it as different. What do you think it was? Tell me in the comments below.